What is going on, YouTube? Happy Monday to you. It's Mr. Ferguson back once again here from Central North Carolina. Thank you so much for joining in. Today's sort of kind of a big day on this Saturday as I'm filming this. We are officially, at the time of this recording, 15 days since we threw our Tenacity, PGR, RGS, CK, GCI Turf Type Tall Fescue, and 1800 Dark Matter fertilizer with some peat moss on top, and we did a core aeration here in the lawn. We have all of those videos catching you up. A couple days, 3-4 days later, we've done updates, and check out the big day video if you want to see how I laid down all those products into the lawn. Well, it's been 15 days now, and it is time to officially do the first cut. And I'm going to show you that today very quickly. Obviously, we'll speed it up so you don't sit there and watch, a slow person mow. That's not exciting. I will try to add some music on it and speed it up so you can see the first mow. Then we'll take a look at it afterwards. So that is the plan for this video. I just want to talk briefly. I want to show you what it looks like a little bit before and show you what it looks like after, so you can get an idea that this is not, as we call, well, it's not what I would call a sexy mow. What do you mean by that? Are you trying to be funny? No, I'm actually not. Sometimes we're mowing to really make the lawn just pop and look awesome, and maybe you do it on a Friday evening, so when everybody's out walking and doing things in your neighborhood on the weekend, everybody's like, dang, look at that yard, man, how did you do that? And you're trying to get attention. That is not the purpose of this mow today, as we've referenced previously in the previous videos this past week. Today's intended mow is simply it's the first mow on this baby grass that is now just high enough to get cut by the lawnmower blade. And so the purpose of that is the more you mow, the thicker your lawn is going to grow. The idea of fall overseeding is we want to mow our lawn just as much as we can until the first frost comes and things begin to slow down a little bit. Here in North Carolina, that could be late October, that could be into November. You're going to have some, after the first frost, you'll have some days where temperatures are warmer and you may need to cut a couple times. I have literally cut fescue in North Carolina as late as January. Yes, I've mowed my grass in January. It's been so wild. We have wild weather here sometimes. But today, the intended mow is to simply cut the top of the grass blades. The existing, obviously, is a little bit taller than the baby grass, but we did put down a plant growth regulator, and so some of the baby grass is actually caught up. And so we want to just basically snip the top of the blade, which it tells the grass it's time to grow, because this is optimal season for tall fescue. If you're planting, or if you have a tall fescue lawn, now is the time to load it up with nitrogen, to get it growing, to cut, and we're establishing roots. A lot of people think we should do this in spring, but we're doing it now because guess what? When we come back into this lawn and start mowing again, once we stop for the winter and we come back in early spring, look at all the time this new fescue has had time to develop roots in your soil. If we do that in the spring, how much time do you have from spring into summer for the roots to develop in your soil? Very, very little time in comparison to planting in fall. That's why now is the time. Even if you're watching this in mid-September, you still have time, depending on your location, to do everything that I've already done in the past 15 days. You can do it as well. It is not too late. So check out the big day video and the description. We have everything we did in the description of this video as well as the previous videos. I wanted to show you, here is the Honda mower. We might have some new subscribers that have not seen my mower. My awesome brother and sister-in-law donated this to the channel. I think it's been 2 years now. This is a Honda HRX 217, 200 cc's, easy start, and it is an easy start. By the second or third pull, it starts all the time. This is not metal. This is that like a plastic. I don't know the word. Somebody will say it in the comments, but basically it doesn't rust and it doesn't get sun damage or chip away. I love this mower. It starts easy. It is great. And Honda has quit making these mowers, so if you find one for a good deal, I would highly recommend it. I've tried to wash it off last time we used it, and And I did yesterday, guys, put on the new OEM Honda blades. And I did research, you know, do we need to sharpen those as they come out of the factory? And everything said no, unless you like them super, you know, sharpened, go ahead. But out of the factory, even though they're painted, they are perfectly fine. So you do not have to do that unless you want to. Just taking a very, very quick tour of the lawn before we mow it. For those that may not have seen any of the previous videos, some of this may be mowed and cut, some of this may not. And I watered a lot yesterday, and this is an example of some of the existing. This will definitely be cut right here. And so, but some portions, like out here in the middle, we talked about how we put a Sun and Shade mix down and then turned around and used Tenacity, and the Sun and Shade mix has fine fescue in it. The fine fescue does not agree with Tenacity and vice versa. So that may be why we're seeing a little bit of hesitancy out here. But some parts of your lawn may just be slower to germinate than others. You can see the tracks where I brought up the mower yesterday to put the blades on. Here is another example I showed in the Wednesday video, which is, let me get out of the sun. You can see this is all new growth right here. This was a complete bare spot that we, this is where it started, what, 20 days ago? We showed the dethatcher, we showed raking all of the dead grass out of this area, and here we are 15, 18, 20 days later. It's time to mow this grass for the very first time. Now we want to be gentle and we want to be very aware of the wheels of the mower. We don't want to spin out. We don't want to stay on the baby grass too long. I still call it, it's more like teenager grass. But look at this. This is also something we want to watch out for. Spider webs. We got hanging leaves just rotating in the air like this that we're going to walk into, so you can't even see that. And so yeah, we got spider webs all over the place. Is that still hanging in the air? Look at that. That is not a magic trick. That is a leaf. Here is the Mountain View seed for some that may not have seen that previously. It is a little bit different in color, not a ton, but ultimately, once we get a mow on this thing, obviously I'm going to mulch, and I told that to some people in the comments last video. I am going to mulch this and send the leaves back into the lawn, and I'm not going to bag. We've put fertilizer down. That fertilizer is in full effect, and I want to recycle that fertilizer with the clippings back into the lawn. So we are mulching today. I may budge a little bit on the height. I'm thinking about maybe 2.5 and evaluating that instead of 3. I don't know. I would rather go at 3. I just don't know if I'll let you know. I may do like a couple passes at 2.5 and say, nope, I don't feel comfortable with this, and raise it back up. I don't know. As you see over here, looking awesome. I've tried to give it the only reason I haven't already started and done this earlier this morning is because of the dew. We still have a little bit of dew on the ground. I got to get the hose up from where I was watering the front lawn. Again, I still have areas in my lawn where it's not like this. If I cut this at 3 inches, pretty confident none of this will get snipped. This is what, like, this area would be one of the reasons I would consider 2.5. But in some of the taller areas, we don't want to go crazy, right? You have to monitor. It's not a normal mow. You really want to pay attention to what you're doing with this mow. It's not a leisurely stroll on the lawn. From where we were, maybe here is what it looked like the day we aerated. It was super brown, super stressed out. It was dry. It is still in the upper 80s. But look at the green that we have going on here. I know it's a lot of shadow, but look at the green we got going on compared to what we had 15 days ago. Obviously, a lot of water helps, and obviously having fertilized and planted new grass, that new grass emerges with that fertilizer in its system in the plant, and it begins to look just amazing. And we're seeing the checking out of the Bermuda. You can see a blend of Bermuda and fescue, which they're going to swap places now. Like, this is one reason I want to mow. I want to pay attention to this bank area right here in the middle. I don't see a lot of baby grass coming up. I see a lot back here on this side. Why is that? Did some rain run off? I don't know. Want to pay attention. So the quicker we start getting the grass up and going, we can kind of diagnose, do I need to do more seeding right here? Is this okay? It's just slower to develop. That's what we're kind of looking at. But just look at the green haze all over the lawn. Looks like this part and this part is still trying to recover a little bit, but a lot of green. in most places. So with that said, as we come back towards the backyard, I will throw you guys on the tripod. I will probably do a routine of a mow. As you see just how green and lush this is, I think it's a little wet. It's not soppy wet. It's totally fine to mow. It's been very dry. We've not had significant rainfall in a long time. We really need some natural rain. We need another day or two of slow, like, you know, 0.75 in the full day, not dumping it at one time. But I think I'll just, since I've got the mower already back here, we'll just go ahead. I'll throw you guys on the tripod here, and we'll just start right here. I think I want to go wherever it's going to be less stressful on the lawn. I think that's going to be up and down, because I can come on the pavement here, and then I can also go in the woods to turn the mower around. I'm not going to be, you know, going side to side. It's a little difficult over here with the trees. I have to turn around. That could mess up some of those areas, so I don't want to do that. I think the room for less error will be up and down. So that's the way we'll do it. So I'm going to do a couple passes, evaluate 2.5. If I like it, I'll stay with it. This is one of those areas right here in front of us where it's super bushy. And all in all, it should just simply look a lot better once we're done mowing. So I'll show you some clips sped up of the mow process, and then we'll evaluate that for our first mow in the 2025 lawn care season. You're in the shade because it's that hot at like 10 o'clock. It is hot. It feels like the day we seeded. I don't know if you can see my shirt, but my goodness. Feels like summer today. That's not good for mowing cool season grass for the first time. So, all right, so mow wise, I'm going to overlay my thoughts here and just kind of edit it I figured I'd show you guys a drone footage today. So since it's Saturday, I've got time to do it. Let's throw the drone up in the air and let me just fly over the property, starting in the front yard. I'm concerned about the bank a little bit. We'll talk about that more in a second. The middle of the lawn looks great, satisfying mow. We do have a little green Kalinga weed there that should be checking out as soon as it gets cooler. But the front lawn looks great. The side strip looks great. Moving into the side yard in front of the cars looks awesome. I would say probably the best looking spot in the entire property. Very moist, very hydrated, looks superb. Getting into the backyard, the back right corner, another spot that's similar to the bank. And we'll talk about that again momentarily. The backyard looks pretty good, mulched up all the leaves. The leaves don't look pretty. If I was going for looks, I would definitely be bagging and striping, you know, so we're not doing that because it's not about looks. It's about cutting the grass, and the majority of it got cut because I did stay at 2.5 inches and I felt like that was fine. Now, I am not doing another 2.5 inch cut for, you know, the first cut or for this baby grass anymore. I will only go 3 or higher. So I'm going, everything is even, everything is on a level playing field now, but everything looks great. The other side of the property looks fantastic. I would say if anything is struggling the most, it is my bank on the front of the road, and it's this back right corner near the woods. And I really truly believe on the bank, I'm going to go ahead and take the spreader up there and spread some more seed. Now, the reason why I'm not jumping and I want to talk this out with you guys is because it is not a favorable forecast to be sowing seed with 88, 87 degree temps, you know, temps in the mid 60s at night. I may wait on that and just let what I've done, keep it hydrated, let it survive. But I want to let those that said, did you seed too early? At the time, no. At the 20-day mark, no. It's just now looking at the forecast, even though I take their forecast with a grain of salt, because they also said this past week we're going to have 3 days of rain and 2.5 inches, and we got 0 days of rain and 0 inches of rain. So it could be, for all I know, 68 degrees all next week. So that's just the God's honest truth. So the Lord's in control. I don't think we seeded too early. So let me just put that out there. If you did, you're like, oh crap, Mr. Ferguson's nervous, I'm nervous. No, it's going to be just fine. We just need to keep it hydrated, keep it watered. The cool nights are going to help. It's going to be a struggle some of these days, but you need to make sure that your grass is watered and hydrated. It can handle the heat, which is why we have Gatorade right now. But it is definitely a little bit warmer. The temps have risen, which means soil temps have risen a little bit. So I have 2 sections, which we will show you later on in the week. We'll do this together. We're going to reseed or throw out some more seed. Well, the back right corner over here, I'll take the camera over here and show you. I'll show you this week. It'll be fine. There is still grass there, but it looks dehydrated. So I'm literally about to take this Orbit sprinkler and I'm going to water this. Even though I did it yesterday for a good period of time, I'm going to do it for another good period of time simply in this back right corner, not everywhere in the lawn. That has been a struggle spot since day one, so that's not surprising. The bank, in mowing the bank, the right side, which is typically my trouble child, is growing great grass and it looks awesome. The middle is looking a little bit rough. So that's where we're going to have to come back in the middle of the bank and probably sow some more seed when it gets a little bit cooler, favorable. And you know what? If I find my netting, I may even pre-germinate some seed, you know, and just go ahead and soak it, change the water, do what we did with tall fescue, because it is a purely tall fescue mix. I may try that just so when we throw it out, you know, set it out a day or two, let it air out, let the seed dry, and then throw that out. I may attempt to do that because I'm probably going to use what's left in my 45-pound bag, and then I can just order some more if we happen to screw that up. So what? We can buy more seed. We have plenty of time. But thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know if you've enjoyed the first mow. Let me know if you've done the first mow in your lawn. Give this video a like, to share it with your buddy. Share it on Facebook if you got a Facebook page. We'd love to have new members coming in, people that are mowing, that wants to see the encounter and the experience I'm seeing in North Carolina. Again, all of this work, all of the progress we've made is in the channel history of the videos. Go check that out. Check out channel membership in the description of the video. Check out all the materials, all the products that we're using in the description. You know, obviously GCI Seed is the main one, and then we've got all the different products and biostimulants and fertilizer and all that good stuff in the description below. So check that out if you're interested. God bless you guys. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know, and we'll see you on Wednesday with another lawn care video. God bless you. May he keep you and bless you.